Hey everybody, and welcome back to the board meeting. Today we're doing something a little bit different today. Uh, in a bunch of Facebook groups that I'm part of for board games, there's been kind of this trend going on of doing this buy, borrow, and banish sort of thing, where you get a set of three different games, and you have to buy one game, borrow one game, and banish one game. Banish meaning, I assume you never get to play that game again. And I thought that was pretty interesting. It's kind of blown up on a bunch of these posts. So I went through and saw a bunch of these games, and I picked out 11 different sets of games that I thought would be interesting to talk about. And I'll just go through them and I'll tell you my choices. And I'd love to hear from you guys down in the comments which games you would buy, borrow, and banish for yourselves out of the trio of games on here. So let's get right to the first set, the first set is full of a bunch of very popular games at the moment. The very new game right now is Lost Ruins of Arnak. You got Terraforming Mars and Wingspan. Three, like I said, popular games. Which one would I buy, borrow, and banish? For me, it'd be the easiest one to do is to banish Lost Ruins of Arnak, which is not going to be a very popular choice. It's my least favorite out of those three, but it's also the one that I've played the least, so I have less of an opinion on that one than the other ones. I'm going to buy Wingspan and borrow Terraforming Mars, just because Wingspan hits the table a lot more than Terraforming Mars. It's a simpler game, so it's easier to get to the table. So I'm going to buy Wingspan, borrow Terraforming Mars, and banish Lost Ruins of Arnak. Sorry, Lost Ruins of Arnak. Going to the second set is full of a bunch of good worker placement games. You got Viticulture, Raiders of the North Sea, and Lords of Waterdeep. This is a tough choice. Lords of Waterdeep is my gateway, the gateway of worker placements for me. The one that I like to show people that have not played worker placement games. This is a simple game. I'm not sure. My favorite of these three is Viticulture, so I'll lock in. I'll buy Viticulture. Which one do I banish? Which one do I not want to play again? Raiders of the North Sea is a great game. Oh, man. You know what? I'm going to borrow Raiders of the North Sea and banish Lords of Waterdeep. Just because I've played Lords of Waterdeep so much, it's not going to be the worst thing if I never get to play it again. I would like to play it again, but you got to pick one of them, right? So yes, buy Viticulture, borrow Raiders of the North Sea, and banish Lords of Waterdeep. Going to the number 3, this is a bunch of roll and write games. This is Cartographers, Railroad Inc., and Welcome to. I'm banishing Railroad Inc. right off the bat. I've played it quite a few times. It's my least favorite out of this set of games. This was an easy choice for me because I think Railroad Inc. is just an okay game, even though it's pretty popular. I played a bunch of other games that do something similar, or even do something similar but better. So banish Railroad Inc. And what do I want to do with Cartographers and Welcome to? Oh, I like both of them. Two of my favorite roll and write games. I am going to buy Welcome to, borrow Cartographers, and banish Railroad Inc. Yeah, those two were tough choices. Those are two of my favorite. I've played it, and I just got Cartographer Heroes. Interesting. Yeah, so, yep. Buy Welcome to, borrow Cartographers, and banish Railroading. I questioned myself there even for a second. Okay, going to some not good-looking games. These are all Euro-style games. We've got Terra Mystica, the Castles of Burgundy, and Orleans. Man, these are ugly-looking games. Orleans is the best-looking game. But Terra Mystica and Castles of Burgundy are both horrible-looking games. Very, abstract-looking Euro games. But Castles of Burgundy's, oh, man, that is hard to play, even though it's a great game mechanically. It's hard to get to the table because it just doesn't look very good. So I'm going to banish Castles of Burgundy. Sorry. And between Orleans and Terra Mystica, I'm going to buy Orleans and borrow Terra Mystica. Terra Mystica is a huge game. But Orleans is one of my favorite bag building games. It's wonderful, and it is the best looking out of those three, even though it's not that big of a looker itself. Going to the fifth set of games. This is the abstract set of games. This is Dragon Castle, Yinsh, and Onitama. And I'll straight away banish Dragon Castle, even though it's a great abstract game. But the other two are two of my favorite abstract games. And which ones am I gonna do? Yinsh or Onitama? That's a tough choice. Yinsh is kind of like this checkers meets 5 in a row, and Onitama is sort of like this chess with special moves. I'm going to buy Yinsh and borrow Onitama. Yinsh makes it to the table more often these days, and it's one that I want to continue to play more often than Onitama. Though both of them are absolutely wonderful. I highly suggest you check out both of them if you've never. So going to our sixth set of games, and these are kind of like modern day classics now. And we got Ticket to Ride, Carcassonne, and Splendor. And which one? This is a tough one. I'm not a huge fan of any of these, but they're all, I would say, good games, especially to get people into the hobby. I'm going to banish Carcassonne. And Splendor and Ticket to Ride. I like Splendor more than Ticket to Ride, so I will buy Splendor, borrow Ticket to Ride, and banish Carcassonne. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of any of the games. I think all of them are decent to good games, but I'm not a huge fan. I've kind of moved on from them. But Splendor is a great way to all of those games are a great way to show new people in the hobby. Going to number 7, which is the Seven Wonders series. So you have Seven Wonders Duel, and Seven Wonders Architects. The Banish one is easy for me for this one. It's the newest one out of them. It's Seven Wonders Architects. A very popular gateway into games. Very simple game. I wasn't a huge fan of it. There's a lot of people who really like Seven Wonders Architects, though. Me, myself, it wasn't for me. And I bought it. I actually might banish it in my own collection. I might find a new home for it because I wasn't as big of a fan as other people. So I'm banishing Seven Wonders Architects, and when am I going to buy Seven Wonders or Seven Wonders Duel? I like Seven Wonders Duel better, actually, than Seven Wonders. But Seven Wonders Duel has almost been replaced for me by this game called Unforgiven, the Lincoln Assassination Trial. So I'm going to buy Seven Wonders, borrow Seven Wonders Duel, and banish Seven Wonders Architects. And Seven Wonders is great if you've got a big group of friends around a table. You can play that game rather fast. It's great for large player counts. So going to our eighth one is solo-based games. This is Friday, Coffee Roaster, and Under Falling Skies. I'd say this is the easiest one out of this list for me to choose. I'm going to buy Under Falling Skies, one of my favorite solo games ever. Borrow Coffee Roaster, fun little bag building game, and Friday, which is the solo deck building game. But I'm not a huge fan of Friday. I think it's okay. I think I rated it a 6.5, but nothing special for me. So that's kind of a easy one for me to make. And going on to number 9. Number 9 is card games, and this is going to be the hardest one for me to do. I've got Radlands, The Crew, and Hanamikoji. I knew this was going to be the toughest one. All 3 of these games I basically rate on almost a 10 now. I love all of these games. Radlands is the newest, so I think that's got an advantage there. And Hanamikoji is the oldest by a ways. So I'm going to banish Hanamikoji. I've played it a ton, so I think I'm okay if I never play it again, even though I absolutely love it. But it's such a good, clean game. Do I want to... Yeah, it's got to be Hanamikoji gets the banish. Now, Radlands and the Crew. Which one? Oh, I've played Radlands so much in the last month or so. I'm going to buy the Crew, though, actually, and borrow Radlands. The Crew is just such a good game for me to take out. In the last 2 years, I've played the Crew more than I think any other game. So yeah, buy the Crew, borrow Radlands, and banish Hanamikoji. That is the toughest one on this list by far, because they're all absolutely amazing games. So going to number 10. Number 10 is the hidden movement genre. We have Letters from Whitechapel, we have Specter Ops, and we have Fury of Dracula. Out of the three, Specter Ops is my favorite, I'd say. So I'm going to buy Specter Ops. And between Fury of Dracula and Letters from Whitechapel, definitely like Fury of Dracula more than Letters. So I'll buy Specter Ops, borrow Fury of Dracula, and banish Letters from Whitechapel. Letters is okay to me, but the other two are much better to me. So going to our final set of games. This is the role player series. You got role player, you have Cartographers, which we've already seen in this list, and we have Lockup. Well, I'm definitely buying Lockup. Lockup is one of my favorite worker placement games of all time. So I'm definitely buying Lockup. But this is such a good series of games. They've done an absolute amazing job of making all these games in this series. Which one do I want to get rid of? Gosh, Cartographers is great, and Role Players is great. Man, so I'll buy Lockup. I'll borrow Role Player. This is a good dice game, and I'll banish Cartographers. I guess that's a tough one too. But that will complete this entire video, I suppose. Yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys, what you guys think of some of these choices. And if you did enjoy this, maybe I'll make another one of these buy, borrow, and banish kind of videos, because I think it's fun. I don't know how fun it is to watch. It was fun to make it, though. It's fun to deliberate between these games. Either way, make sure to like and subscribe to see more weekly content from me, Shane, at the board meeting in the future. Hope you all have an amazing day. Take care, everyone.